man, it's your boy Aristotle, man. It's about to go down. Free live trading event. I got my boy, Brent, Mike, Rav. We got the whole honey drip in the building, man. So you know what time it is, man. It's lit. You feel me? So look, man, we gonna get on education. We got free food for everybody.
We're gonna make some money today.
Make some money.
We better hope so. We better hope so.
We're gonna learn a lot. Hopefully you guys learn a lot from today's session.
It's gonna be a very nice learning, interacting, socializing event, and it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Right?
We appreciate everyone coming.
Y'all see this line right here, man. Check me out. We want to see how I look outside. Look at all this cars. Stop playing, man. Come on now, man. Pack the house. Man right there. Big low. What's up? How y'all doing?
Let's make some fucking money.
My boy Brett, you know what I'm saying? Free market live every day. Y'all know what it is, man. John Hopkins graduate. You get what I'm saying? What school did you go to, Rav?
It's a Silverman School of Business. It's in New York.
All right, so degrees, you feel me? And then I got Mike. Michael Shaw.
Atlanta in the fucking house. Let's go.
We're just here to learn. We ain't trying to make $1 million a day.
We're going to trade, right? Have a plan, see if the market confirms. If it does confirm, we pull the trigger. If it doesn't confirm, we look for something else, right? So this is one of the setups that I like. Easy. That is the easiest setup today. It's like my bread and butter.
See what he did for y'all? It's y'all fault.
It's all your fault.
Fancy is in the building. Everybody give her a hand. She in the building.
If anyone is in Coinbase, we are green. We are up 6%. A lot of people always ask me how I'm able to hold to get high percentages when we're scalping. We'll go over that. We'll go over some secret sauce for Honey Drip members only. If you're not in Honey Drip, you're missing out.
Guys, I'm watching for an entry in NVIDIA. Let's see if we can get our contracts loaded in NVIDIA. What's happening right now is we're forming a base over that 181. So the two things that you're watching here is for a strong candle closure, and we can just enter long with the stop below this level, or we'll look for a failure in the reclaim. So you see NVIDIA, right, a little strong off the gate compared to SPY. SPY is selling off. SPY demand is that pre-market low. So you see 687.60 on SPY. That's that pre-market low, and we're still maintaining. So I think we're good to still watch for longs.
Yeah, Netflix is working out perfectly for that. Damn, Tesla is going.
Guys, I'm going to get ready for an entry here in NVIDIA. If it permits me to enter and I'm able to, I'm going to get ready for an entry.
So ES is at that level I was talking about, guys, 6,900. Let's see how we react to this price. This is my supply for the day. Uh, 20% on 0DTs on the Apple 280 calls, and I'm up 8% now on the next week contracts.
It's about how much you want to hold, how much patience you have. If 180 breaks, it's done. You're going to get a big trade because it's probably going to do one more delta under that.
And one thing y'all see is the transparency here. We call our exact fills. We literally live trade every single day. This is my team, folks. We all have strengths and weaknesses. These guys are all collegiate. I'm military, but at the end of the day, I like to be around people I can learn from. You get what I'm saying? So I learn from them. They learn from me. You know, I'm a swing trader mostly. I day trade sometimes, but I learned a lot from these guys, especially on the day trader side. Everything I know about day trading really came from these three. And who made money on the video? Raise your hand. Yeah.
Who made money on Apple?
Yeah.
Damn, NVIDIA contracts at 350.
Oh wow, Apple wicking again. This might be a re-entry here, guys.
Look at that fucking NVIDIA. Oh, sorry for the language.
In 5 minutes, by the way, folks, you get to 30% in 5 minutes. Where else can you get that? You gotta take profits. Yeah, like one thing about it is, if you worried about bragging rights and screenshots and all that, that's all ego. And then that's something that even I had to realize throughout my trading career is, because I did that before when I was first trying leaps, maybe 5 years ago, before I even started signaling them, I wanted to master it first. And what I realized was I was doing that bag holding. So you got to, just get out because you can always get back in. You get what I mean? And then if you do decide to hold something, make sure it's a runner. Make sure you can lose 100% of whatever you holding because you already you already trimmed 90% of what your position. So let's just say, like for me, I just made 46K off Lulu. I trim it down to runners. I could lose 100% of that last contract. I call it the 20/20 rule. So you got $2,500 and then you use $500 as a risk per trade. And then you're trying to make or lose $100, right? So I tell people use a 30% stop loss. So your stop loss is about $150, but you're trying to make $100 to $200.
The great thing about the stock market is once you sell, you can re-enter again. And like I did SPY puts, I sold the first time, 10% whatever. I said, guys, it's going to go again. I'm going to get back in. If you think something's going to go and you see it hold and respect, in fact, the second time around, you can put more size because you know where it's holding and you know what your stop loss is. Just have to go for it again. Sometimes you will just miss out on everything. And today I didn't take Tesla at all. I did miss out on the upside trade and the downside trade, which both possibly did 300%. My mentees are tagging me in it. And so it's like sometimes shit happens. And the good thing is market's still there tomorrow.
Risk management. That is how you manage your money. That is number one. If you don't have a risk management plan, you will fail in trading. So number one is risk management. Number two is A+ setups. The third one is discipline. So the discipline to only take the A+ setups and use risk management. That is actually the hardest rule to follow. Back testing is the best thing you could do, especially as a beginner trader. Make sure you use top-down analysis at night because, in my opinion, the best discoveries come outside of the market and not necessarily during the market. So back test, use the replay setting.
What I do is I look for relatively strong, relatively weak names, and we all signal Apple or Meta or Tesla or AMD because they're liquid. There was a time back in like 2021 and 2020 where you could find really liquid, like smaller names like Airbnb, right, or Lululemon, and you could do that, right? But what you're often going to find is you're going to have wide spreads. When you enter a trade, you don't want to have to deal with spreads. Spread is the difference between the bid and the ask. People don't know, right? And so when I enter a trade now, I'm buying it typically at the ask price, and if I want to sell it, I got to sell it at the bid price. And if your bid is $400 and your ask is $450, that means immediately off the get on the trade, I'm down $50, right? So the trick is you want to stick to the tickers that are going to have the tightest spreads, and for us, that's primarily the top 10 beta names, right? It's SPY. If you're also a new trader, you should master one ticker, right? First, just to master one ticker. Master SPY, master ES, master QQQ or NQ, right? And stick to that for a few months, and then you can move on to other tickers. But again, liquidity is super important. Just stick to the names that you know that are tight spreads, and you'll be fine.
Once you get that in your head, that is not a race. I'm not trying to get rich today. I'm trying to build up into wealth. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Because like I said, you're going to be the one profitable come December 31st if you slow and steady. You know who's going to not be profitable? Everybody who was trying to outgain everybody in January. I guarantee it. We all know that. Appreciate you. Yep.
I wrote this. You have been faithful to your call, and now is the time we set aside just to say, just to say. Come on now. Thank you. Everybody say, thank you, Aristotle. Thank you, Aristotle. Everybody say that with me.
brother. I'm loving it up.
Yeah.
Don't we just got a great energy in this building?
I'm feeling good. Locked in.
What's up, guys?
You're gonna read it, and then if you like the question, you gotta watch to see who hit it first. Now
You got 5 seconds. All right, y'all ready? Here we go. If a stock is going up, which option makes the most sense for? Why do traders wait for confirmation before entering the trade? If a price keeps bouncing at the same level, that level is called support. He ain't even had to look. Oh, sit down.
AI chips power data centers, trillion-dollar giant, leather jacket CEO. Go.
NVIDIA.
All right, let's see what we got.
Yay!
Yeah. Guess that ticker. As equals money. Social media empire. Metaverse pivot. Go.
Oh, that was close.
All right. Okay. All right, there we go. Let's get it.
Good job.
Guess that ticker. Crypto leverage play. Exchange business. Extreme volatility. Go. All right. He said MicroStrategy. What? All right. And then, what would you say? He said Coinbase. You said Coinbase? What's your final answer? Coinbase. All right. Let's see what we got. All right. From all walks of life, everybody from different places, but at the end of the day, we all here to serve one dream, which is to retire with trading to build generational wealth. That's what the goal is, everybody. Everybody give it up to Rav, man. One of the best day traders I know. We've been working together since 2018. And I tell y'all the truth where I met this guy. I swear to God, on some real stuff, bro had 200 followers. I was like, yo, bro, I got this chat. I want you to be a moderator. And then he was like, nah, I don't really do stuff like that, man. I'm already getting money, whatever. And then I was like, look, bro. So you remember what I said? I said, man, how much your car note is? I said, look, let me just pay that and you be a moderator in my chat. And he was like, all right, cool, bring it. Right? So, you know.
The chat had 200 members at that time, and you didn't pay in the beginning. In the beginning, I was just doing it for free because I didn't want to commit to anything, you know? I didn't want to commit to anything. And then chat started growing, and then we started getting along, and boom, the rest is history. No one was posting at that time. If you go online, no one was really trading influencer, none of that stuff was there. So that's the time when everything started. I mean, I feel like Aristotle was like one of the earlier people that popped off during that time. And then COVID happened, and then everyone just like went crazy during that time.
These three, you know, they're the ones who taught me the day trading. I learned from them. I was on some swing trading, long term, all that. And they, you know, they go crazy with it. Especially, and then, you know, we did a class together, AMU, me, Mike, and Rav, March of 2020. So you got to think, we were thinking about it before the pandemic even hit. Like, we planned it out in January. We didn't know a pandemic was happening. Because remember, we started chatting in 2018. March 20th, 2020, we sold out every month for like 3 years straight, every month. I'm talking about like, and you gotta think, we was making $100K per class, and we would divide the money up, and we'd just throw that money back in the market. We were just teaching people how to day trade and swing trade. But,
once we lost 170, it became a false breakout, right? So everyone that bought the previous day, they're selling. They're scared. Oh my God, it's broke my stop loss. I'm out. It's going to crash. It's the end of the world.
To me, when it comes to day trading, the market's going to move all the time. Every day the market opens, 9:30, it goes till 4. And some days it's worth trading, some days it's just not worth trading. And as a day trader, you need to know when you need to be locked in and when you need to go on the attack. Because other times you can just chill, just stay at the back. You don't have to participate in everything that's happening in the market. When you know something's going to happen and that's your high probability setup, that's when you need to go on the offense. Okay? Me personally, if you're in the chat, you probably see me taking the first candle, the second candle, right? And I'll probably be like, oh guys, I'm done for the day. But trust me, I'm not done for the day. I'm just done for y'all. I'm going to go again. Yeah. First is for the culture. Second one is I gotta make my own money.
The macro structure of the chart is the most important structure. You can try to go over here and guess what the top is. You can do it, right? But let me ask you this. How many of you guys tried guessing the top before? How difficult is it to do? It's very difficult to do, right? Mike's very good at it. Mike's very good at it. For me, I'm not very good at it. No matter the system you trade, I'm not saying you have to trade the break and retest or the bounce reject. You could trade God knows, right? Whatever it is. But as long as you're sticking with the overall trend, utilizing that system, it could be very effective. Now, even for orb traders, because I know there's a lot of orb traders in here, it's extremely effective when you bring it in with trend.
Thank you for being here on a Saturday. I know you guys could be doing anything today, but you decided to come here and get some information, learn a little bit. So, you guys are going to be more successful than anyone since you're actually taking the time and, dedication and you're here. That's big. Strategy is very important, but something that's extremely important is stop losses. It doesn't matter if you catch a bunch of 50% trades if you're taking 50% losses. We have to be good at losing and be willing to accept losses. That's the best way to be good at trading. It's impossible to avoid losses. You guys see us take losses. It's literally impossible. If there was a 100% win rate, we'd all be trillionaires and hanging out with Elon Musk. So it's impossible to avoid losses, but minimizing their impact is what we can do as traders.
Whenever I see this, and you can write that down, that's a high probability swing setup, as you guys can see, and we hit 100% on that. Had a crazy event. Had all my members pull up. It was lovely. 2 days, live traded. Taught people how to trade. Took folks green trades. Lululemon hit. Amazing experience, man. I even parked a Rari inside of the building, you feel me? So everything just lovely, man. Y'all see what's going on.